Okay.
You had one tonight, one goal?
One goal, yeah.
You had 5 last game. We talked about it a lot on broadcast. We talked about the stories coming in, and you playing some offense was one of the big stories we had. I said on the broadcast, I bet MacIntosh feels a little bit unleashed now that he gets to play a little bit more on offense. How does it feel to kind of help out that right side, which, no disrespect to any of the guys, it seemed like the right side kind of needed a little bit of boost. So how did it feel coming in there and providing that?
I think last week I was frustrated towards the end of the game and just tried to shoot when I got the ball in transition, and I got a couple in. And so this week I was playing a little bit of both. So, I was going out the front door, and then in the second and fourth going out the back and running up and just kind of trying to help wherever I could. Obviously we have Lyle up there, we have Brendan up there who are incredible, and just trying to make space. And I think with Lyle, it's just if you can get him some space and move your guy away from him and get him into those one-on-one situations, he's very effective. So that was really my goal today, was just kind of be a water bug out there as much as I can, and just move around a lot. And then if I got an opportunity to put the ball in, score. I didn't shoot great. I missed the net way too much, but I got a good one on the inside. Nice pass from Brennan. So yeah.
One of the things, 3 of the guys that I were impressed with, the whole team I thought played a really good game, but kind of a little extra shout out to Hickey, Wiedemann, and Cole. I felt like those guys brought a little bit extra energy tonight. So was everyone feeling, was there a lot of nerves coming into the night? Those were 3 guys that I thought, again, brought really positive energy. Did it feel like there was some nerves, and did it feel like that energy and that effort was maybe contagious a little bit?
Yeah, definitely nerves. I think anytime your back is against the wall and your only choice is to win or it's the season over, I think there's the butterflies. And I think this year has been a roller coaster like every year is in the NLL. There's been high highs and low lows, and we were coming off a pretty low low after the 2 Philly games. So I think coming in, the most challenging thing from a mentality perspective is to not feel like, oh, here we go again, when Buffalo got it, I think, to maybe a 10-7 or 11-8, and that was on the power play with 8 or 9 minutes left in the third. It'd be really easy for a team to kind of fold up, but I thought Colsey had a big goal, then Jacob had a huge goal, his first in the NLL. So yeah, I thought those guys played great, and Weeds today was just I think Weeds is one of the most underrated defensemen in the league. He just does so many things amazing for us. He's very selfless as a player. He obviously has great hands in transition. So, yeah, really happy how he played today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lauren, did she go?
I can have one.
Yeah, go for it.
Just talking about just Q's day. I mean, you look at he's the one who popped off the stat sheet. So many guys popped off the floor, though. But was there something that you noticed from him that he just was looking good, he was finding opportunities, you guys were finding him? What do you just have to say about his game today?
Yeah, I'm if there's anyone this season that I think has grown tremendously as a player, it's been Andrew. I think he's always been, I've known him since he was young, just an incredible shooter. He can put the ball anywhere in the net, but I think he's really evolved as a kind of a total package as an offensive player. So the reason he's getting such great opportunities is because he's doing all the dirty work. He's setting those hard picks and freeing up space for Shane, who had a couple goals, and Brian. He's getting a lot of scrappy loose balls in the corner, and I think he's being rewarded for it. Now he's getting more space, and if he gets his hands free, he's such an accurate shooter. So, and he doesn't have a shot he goes back to the well on a lot. He can go top left or twister, or does so many different things. So really happy to see him, and he's Mr. Clutch. He always shows up in big moments. So.
And defensively, we already talked about you saying how great the effort was. You guys held Buffalo scoreless from 6 minutes left in the third.
Yeah.
Till the end of the game.
Yeah.
What was different about the defense that was clicking so well?
Yeah, I think with them, obviously, they don't really have a weak link offensively. Everyone's so talented, and they're difficult to play against because they don't stop moving and they set really effective picks. I think the thing we did better in the later half of the game is we were making our switches earlier. So rather than waiting till the last second, we were trying to get off picks a little bit earlier, which is why you didn't see many of those kind of pick and roll dump in goals that they scored in the first half. And then obviously Brett just stood on his head. He made some big saves, the ones that he's supposed to and the ones he probably shouldn't. So that was the difference.
talked about the nerves, but is there something about having the backs against the wall that does bring out the best in this team?
Yeah, I think you play more free. I mean, you can take more risks. You're not playing nervous or scared as the game goes on. It's like, if we lose, we know the outcome, but if we take some chances, I think like Bomber's goal at the end of the game there was like, normal game, he probably throws that in the corner, runs off. It's like, throw it at the net, see what happens. And so, yeah, you're rewarded sometimes when you just kind of play loose like that.
And then with all the ups and downs of the season, just to get to this point and to be able to be playing playoff lacrosse, what does that mean for this group?
Yeah, obviously every season is the same. Your goal is to kind of, as the 18 games goes on, you improve every game and you punch a ticket to the playoffs and then you fight for a championship. Every team in the league's goal is that. I think we obviously would have liked to be in a better position, but we're in. And I think we have a little bit of memory of last year. We played this team, Buffalo, in the first round. We lost in overtime. We played a really good game, and one we thought we could have won. So we're really excited to be back in and get a chance to make a run.